Frequent flyers will want to see this story. A Johnson County resident was on a terrifying Delta flight when it plunged nearly 30,000 feet. Now they blamed a problem with cabin pressure. But just look at this graphic here from flightaware.com. You can see where that plane began descending at about 39,000 feet. See that drop right there? Yeah, it went to about 10,000 feet from 39,000. Our Abigail James spoke to Harris DeWaskin. So Abigail, gosh, what a frightening flight he was on.
Absolutely, Ellen. Yeah, like you said, we talked to him earlier, and he's actually an Overland Park, Kansas resident. He's a senior at Drake University, and he says he's just happy to be alive. He says that he was on his way to Fort Lauderdale when the stomach-churning episode occurred. It was a situation no one wants to be in.
We really didn't know what was going on. All we really knew was clearly something wasn't right. So.
These are pictures Overland Park resident Harris DeWaskin took inside a Delta plane as it descended about 30,000 feet after a malfunction.
Time sort of froze and there's just a lot of panic.
Flight 2353 was halfway through its journey from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday when pilots made the controlled descent. DeWaskin says the situation happened out of nowhere.
The oxygen mask dropped and one of the flight attendants grabbed the intercom and was just repeatedly saying, "Do not panic, do not panic," which of course is difficult to do.
According to Pam Blasham, who was a flight attendant for 40 years, keeping everyone calm is exactly what flight attendants should do.
But of course, you're going to have people that are just absolutely petrified, and I understand that. You know, and maybe I'm petrified on the inside as well, but you can't let it show.
And petrified is exactly how DeWaskin describes the feeling, which he says was like going down a hill on a roller coaster.
There's a woman next to me who was afraid of flying. She'd indicated that previously, and then of course, like what a horrible circumstance for her to find herself in.
And for this former Blue Valley Northwest student, he says he's just grateful to be alive.
So yeah, at least I got to watch Mahomes tear up the Ravens on Sunday now.
Well, DeWaskin says while the plane was descending, he actually used the flight's free Wi-Fi to message his family and his girlfriend. He says that he simply wrote, "The oxygen mask dropped. I love you guys." And that was it, because he says that there was so much that was going on. But he said that, of course, sent his mom and everyone into a bit of a panic. But he's told me that just being able to say, "I love you," was what was most important to him. Reporting live, Abigail James, KCTV5 News.